Hey everyone, and welcome back to some more Esports Talk. Yesterday, the Twitter timeline absolutely exploded as a mouse and keyboard versus controller debate got sparked up once again, and everyone started sharing their opinions. We're just gonna get right into it because there are a lot of people chiming in here. We had content creators, pro players, you name it, all getting heated about this topic. Things kind of kicked off with Dr. Disrespect actually tweeting out, "Without your aim assist, you ain't nothing," which Myth quoted and really lit the match, which exploded everything here, saying, "I'll never put a controller player in my top 10 for greatest FPS players of all time." And I don't think Myth actually meant anything by this. He probably didn't really think through the tweet super far and was just, trying to get some impressions, trigger some people, and trigger some people he definitely did, one of those people being Nadeshot. Nadeshot then said, "Karma and Scump taking your favorite player's lunch money on controller and keyboard and mouse. Your opinion went out the door when you slandered some of the best players in the world just because they play on controller. If you didn't match up on main stage against them, you don't know what it takes. Plain and simple. On top of that, you haven't been around long enough."
Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. So all of you guys at home, like if you guys watch Call of Duty, you've been around for a long time and you've been watching it, you have your favorite players, there's people that you've spectated and followed over the years. If you made a list, nothing's stopping you from making that list. That's what I want to be clear. Nothing's stopping you from making that list. In my opinion, though, the only lists that matters are the ones that played professionally, that can actually determine what it was like to play against Scump on the map. Like if I'm telling people that Aches, Scump, Karma, Clayster, Crimsix, all these guys are top 5, I feel like it has a lot of weight behind it. It has a lot of validity behind it because I got to see how they actually moved on the map.
Nadeshot saying that everyone is welcome to have their own lists, but only the pro players, the people who actually matched up against each other and played against each other on the stage, only their opinions really matter, which is sure to trigger even more people, right? I mean, I think that Myth, at the end of the day, Myth has been around for a few years at this point. Yes, he got to start in Fortnite. Yes, he might not be as qualified as professional players, but I would listen to Myth about certain opinions on video games, and especially on controller versus keyboard and mouse, because anyone who plays video games for so many hours of the day for a living is at least qualified to a degree, I think, to speak on it. But I also understand Nadeshot's opinion very much of, hey, you don't know what it takes until you are actually playing against them. Results don't necessarily always tell the whole story of how filthy someone was when they're playing, on controller and absolutely frying, but maybe they lost at the end of the day. So I understand his point, and I actually do agree with Nadeshot there, but a lot of people had their own opinions. Clayster also coming for blood, saying, "Why is everyone getting so upset at some dude's opinion when that dude's only claim to video game fame is he figured out building first on Fortnite?" 72 Hours saying, "If you didn't play against top tier controller players, it's hard to understand or value just how insane they are or were. I remember having this realization of just how good certain people were in Modern Warfare 3 Black Ops 2 when Brian Saint took me to the first LAN competed in like 2016. Prestini saying, "I use both take a long time to get good at. Like, the argument is entirely garbage. A PC gamer couldn't hop on controller right away and start frying even with aim assist." Teep saying, "Hybrid gamers are better and cooler than single input gamers. For real though, controller is 10 times easier to aim close or medium range, but I'd rather snipe on mouse in most shooters. Wonder how I'd be if I had as many hours on mouse as controller, not enough time in the day for that." Tommy saying, "Or we can just all have some fun playing video games for ridiculous amounts of money. If you feel one is stronger, use it. If you don't care, then just be happy and have some fun." Even TimTheTatman chiming in saying, "If controller is so broken, then play controller." Classy with, "Almost all of the best controller players can pick up a mouse and keyboard and be just as good, if not better than people who have been using it for years. It's stupid that it's even an argument right now." And Frosty with, "I'm just trolling, but y'all do understand that your skill level on mouse and keyboard versus controller is exactly the same, right? The best players on controller could be just as good on mouse and keyboard and vice versa because of their natural ability to learn in in-game sense. This whole debate is dumb. What I saw the most at the end of the day was people saying that it seems to be easier to switch from controller over to mouse and keyboard, that a lot of those players have a better chance at performing well because mouse and keyboard you can pick up a little bit quicker versus someone going from mouse and keyboard to controller will just feel so foreign and feel like they're lacking different movement and all that good stuff. And so Myth did eventually take down those tweets and ended up saying, I'm gonna keep it real. I was talking out of my butt as someone that's nowhere near qualified enough to be spreading that type of slander. Sorry y'all, Nadeshot made a perfect point and I can't disagree with it as I believe in that crap myself. Can't talk about crap I don't know. Everyone had their own opinions. Twitter got so heated, but Scump at the end of the day, I think had the take that I prefer.
Yeah, Doc's tweet, dude, Doc's tweet kind of took off. But it was Myth. It was Myth that like it was Myth that instigated the whole thing. I mean, my fucking perspective on it is who gives a fuck what you use, man? Like who gives a fuck? Like, you play on PC, you play PC. Good shit, man. You play on controller, you play on controller. Who the fuck cares? Like, play what you like, use what you like, and stop bitching. That's the way that I look at it. I mean, it's obviously people are a lot more, you know, out there than me, and they have a much stronger opinion, but I could give less of two shits.
So do what you want, right? Like whatever you're better at, whatever you enjoy more, then use that. I've played mouse and keyboard and controller on multiple games. Right now I'm playing a lot of Apex, so I used to play mouse and keyboard, but recently I switched over to controller because I just wanted to enjoy it more. I happen to enjoy playing on controller more than I did on mouse and keyboard. So whatever you feel like playing with, play with it. Pros can compete at the top level with both inputs, and so at the end of the day, I think it doesn't really matter. Of course, there are arguments about aim assist and whether there should be cross-platform, cross-input tournaments or competitive scenes, which is a whole other debate. And I agree, it gets a little bit complicated. It might make sense just to have one input, whether it's an online tournament or on LAN, of course. So let me know what you guys think about this. Are you controller gang for life, or are you mouse and keyboard warrior? Let me know, guys. Until next time, I'll catch you later.